Sí, ha amanecido. Qué raro ver esto de día. Y el mongolito este. Nada, ¿eh?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Noquearlo con un 58%, no lo veo, ¿eh? A ver, espérate. Si tengo esto... ¿De qué sirve que yo haya hecho esto? Por cierto, puedo subir de nivel ya, creo, ¿eh? A ver. Ahí está, subir de nivel. Iba a subir... ¿Qué era, tío? Esto, ¿no? Algo de aquí. De aquí no era. Creo que era algo de aquí, ¿no? ¿Y esto? Creo que era percepción. Que percepción es buena, ¿eh? Aunque hay algunas, mira, como estas que tienen uno nada más, ¿eh? Estos son buenos, tío, porque lo... ¿Sabes? Te lo quitas de en medio rápido. Hubiera caído antes. ¿Puedo deshacer? No me atrevo, ¿no? No le voy a dar a deshacer. Bueno, poco a poco, ¿eh? Vamos teniendo más cositas. Voy a intentar hablar con este, a ver, yo qué sé. Si hay alguna manera.
The unpromising race pupil returns. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Vamos a rebatirle.
Of course you are, Revacholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruit. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
Está buena, ¿eh?
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
¿Estas se las he dicho todas?
What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Joder.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Hostia, es que me la podría jugar, pero como salga mal me puede dar una buena piña, Es una tirada de habilidad básica. Si fallas puedes reintentarla. Entonces la probamos, ¿no? Es que este tío se me resiste. Verás tú, yo estaba estudiando lo del racismo y todo el rollo, pero... ¡Ah, mira! Aquí está. Que no lo había visto.
And...
Esta es muy buena, pero no la aceptaré. Y esta también. Me ha gustado esta. Es lo que quieras que sea. Es un ejercicio de lenguaje de libre asociación. Degenerado, heroicidad, racial. Es buena. Y esta también. Pero es que esta no la va a entender. A lo mejor esta la entiende mejor.
Look, babe. When confronted with the harsh truth of his demise, the melancholic academician starts fiddling his own genitalia. His bald spot betrays that he is a compulsive masturbateur.
That's disgusting.
Está fatal este hombre,
It is. Beneath the veneer of academic jargon, the liberal theorist is a beast, a sexual maniac, and a deprived nihilist. Life is a game, nihilistic sex maniac. I take pity on your urges. You clearly want to enter the harbor bad, like a little boy who wants to go on the potty. I can press the button
Hombre,
for
se
you.
va a tirar y todo.
It will open the door. Very well. You may enter the door once. Our race conversation here has concluded.
Menos mal, tío.
Finally. Let's go.
Madre mía. Y pensar que estaba a punto de pegarte un guantón. Vale, la puerta es la de abajo, ¿no? ¿O esta? Ah, esta. Y me da paso a esto. ¿Esto qué es? Como un despacho. Ahí hay algo, tío. ¿Qué es eso? La Fumé, que es una revista, ¿no?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the...
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Couron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
42. Obligarte a consultarte los archivos. Vamos a jugar, ¿no?
Look how blurry all the lines
toma
on
por
these
culo.
papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing. You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Pues sí, ¿qué pasa?
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Ha subido, ¿eh? Más uno, voluntad a través de la concentración. Vamos a intentarlo otra vez.
Whatever's hidden
Wow.
here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital. Remember, Leo, Evrart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Evrart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Madre mía. Borscht Special Whirling, ¿qué será, tío? ¿Una bebida o qué? Está la lista de la compra, ¿no? Bueno, la lista de los quehaceres.
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Evrart Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Nada, no decías tú que no tenía nada que ver con el
The
caso.
special borscht seems a
No
bit
vale
odd
para nada
on
más
the
que vale
list.
para estar ahí en mi espalda.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood?
A mí me ha sonado a priva, pero no sé.
Remember, Leo, all items on the list have
Polizio.
been... The drawer slides shut.
¿Qué más hay por aquí? Quítate. ¿Eso qué es? Le Jardín. Podemos entrar al cuarto baño. Gafitas. Pastillona. ¿Ya está? Nada más. ¿Me pongo las gafitas o qué? ¡Guau! ¿Qué me sube? La visión espacial. Y teatralidad. 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 Ojo calculador. un tanto sosas. Me la pongo. Pau. Otra tarjeta postal. Esto lo voy a vender todo, ¿eh? ¿Vale?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Usen dinero metálico. Tengo 10 pavitos. 10 céntimos. Vamos a usarlo, ¿no?
The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Y ahora me pone aquí un porcentaje todo bajo, tío. Bueno, hemos venido a jugar, ¿qué vamos a hacer?
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. Undoubtedly, no. Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
Yo creo que sí, pero no me deja, estar bloqueado. Y eso que tenía el +1, ¿eh? De que había desarrollado lo del camino a casa, pero no ha podido ser. Nada más por aquí. Nada más. Voy a tener que dar un pequeño repaso, a las misiones, porque ya he hecho todo lo que tenía que hacer. Así que vamos a mirar. Empezamos desde el principio. Rastrea el número de la armadura de la víctima. Esto ya lo hemos hecho, ¿no? ¿O no me dejo hacerlo? Sí. Llama a Liz dentro de un día para obtener información sobre armadura. Creo que ya ha pasado el día, ¿eh? Podemos ir para allá. En verdad no sé si ha pasado el día, pero podemos ir. Te ha pasado la puerta. Ay, voy a hablar con este. Hace tiempo que no hablo con él. A ver si me dice algo nuevo.
Yes?
Siempre lo mismo, ¿eh?
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenants.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Tía, qué bueno, tío. ¿Esto qué coño es?
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
¿Un puto gurú o qué es esto?
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no. when I need to think.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good.
Bueno.
Let's change the subject. Excuse me?
Hombre, no se irá, ¿no? Si le digo algo. En verdad, tú sabes, no hace nada, pero siempre está bien, ¿no? Que esté ahí.
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
Pues nada,
A
bien.
moment passes. The lieutenant.
Se relaciona poquito, ¿eh? Bueno, ¿me puedo ir o no? ¿Qué pasa? ¿No se abre? ¿Y esto qué es? Ah, una escalera. Anda, mira. Pues menos mal que no se ha abierto la puerta.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging
Es que
on the
está todo
railing
súper
here.
escondido. Es
The white
difícil ver las
rectangle
cosas
of
aquí,
the
¿eh?
Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
Yes, it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all. The service cloak is
A ver si hay suerte y está la placa.
Yes, yes, I do.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your...
Qué bueno, tío. Ya tengo una capita y todo, ¿eh? Qué nivel. Spirit de Corpse y escalofrío. Vamos. Mira, ya tengo más que con la chaqueta esta asquerosa. Hostia, es horrorosa, la capa esta también. Bueno, es que ahí no se ve bien. No sé por qué se ve así. De raro aquí. Ni idea. Ahora sí, aquí sí se ve guapa. Con el pantalón pega poquito, pero bueno. Es lo que hay. A ver. Ah, mira dónde estoy. Estoy al otro lado de la valla. Aquí abajo a la izquierda, donde está mi foto, donde está el colgado. En el árbol. Creo. Me recuerda un poco a Silent Hill, tío, la banda sonora así tan psicodélica.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Caso secundario, por la cara.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Sentarse y descansar, ¿sabes? ¿Para qué, no? Voy a ir antes por aquí. Vamos a bajar. Y esto de aquí arriba. Esto queda toda la huerta, ¿no?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use.
Arrête.
It seems to control the large crane above. A
Este
container
juego
is
francés,
attached
puede ser
to
francés, ¿no?
its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Encender o apagar. O lo dejo así de momento. ¿Enciendo?
With a loud grind, the crane shifts
Ya lo estamos
overhead,
liando.
moving a massive metal container through the air.
¿Vale?
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
¿Vale? Vamos para allá. Ahora dinerico.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't.
Es que no ve nada sospechoso en ningún lado, tío. Si por él fuera, no
There are
haríamos
a
nada.
million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Se obceca.
It's a cargo container, detective, just like all the others. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
No reply. No reply.
Abrimos.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to your
Joder,
left,
macho, aquí no
the
se puede hacer
lieutenant
nada.
considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Convencer a la puerta de que se abra, ¿eh? Y eso que tengo 4 de retórica, que parece que no es poco. Pues nada, nos vamos.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Literal.
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Joder, macho. En este juego nunca terminas de hacer nada, tío. Espérate, espérate. Tengo aquí un tic. Dinerico. Escúchame, pero esto es enorme, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué tengo? Ah, la foto. Verano del 91. Más dinero, lo estoy robando a todos los obreros. Más dinero. ¿Se puede abrir o qué? No se puede, ¿no? Digo yo. Y ahí abajo no llego. A ver. Vale, vamos por el único camino que hay. Hay un currel ahí. Esto que es para entrar, ¿no? Joder, pero esto es súper grande. Para el otro sitio que había, para el otro lado. Yo creía que el camino era por el otro lado, pero parece que no. Por donde está la garita de este hombre. Vamos a tirar por allí. Ah, muy bien. A ver, aquí qué tenemos. Ah, que no puedo bajar. Yo creyendo que podía bajar esta escalera. ¿Y si me echo aquí un rato qué?
This is the night. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes.
Pasando.
This was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
Pues las cogemos.
You take the painkillers. They are yours.
Para algo servirá.
now.
Yo soy peor que
You
torrente,
stand and exit the booth.
Pues yo creo que podía bajar por aquí. Qué decepción. Y el punto verde no lo puedo marcar. No llego ahí abajo. Vale, pues nada, pues ya sé que por ahí no se puede. Pero no sé, me parece súper raro porque se ve la escalera, ¿no? Está rota. A lo mejor que está rota, ¿no? No se puede. Pues nada, único camino. Podría haber subido la caja otra vez, por si pasa algo.
Container, container, I'll turn the nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
Se ha quedado chalado el
The
pobre.
lyrics to this container song are being made up. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Ubisoft.
Container. Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart. Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Se ve toda buena gente. A ver, tío. Leo el tranquilo.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
Madre mía, ni que fuera andaluz, vamos. Qué barbaridad.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
¿Y tu casa aquí?
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
A este le gusta alargar, ¿eh? Este es el típico que no se le puede contar nada.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off. I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hard ease.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Eso es lo que hago. Que esto es muy al lío, se va a echar para atrás.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the hand, but Mr.
Está contando
Evrart and
otra
his
historia,
brother
¿no? Que no
always
tiene nada que
came to
ver.
help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Evrart. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadam's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Parece el típico nota que te hablan los discos estos para aprender inglés. En el Magic English. Pronuncia todo perfecto, a ver, con toda la simpatía.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling
¿Qué coño estoy hablando
advance.
con Mickey Mouse o qué, Guillo? Te hace sentir calorcito por dentro, vamos. Carne de bullying este hombre, ¿eh? Aceptamos
Oh,
tarea.
sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them.
Told you.
Bueno,
Oh, you want Mr. Evrart then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Evrart is where he always is. In his office, of course.
ah, pues ahí lo tenemos.
Bye bye now.
Adiosito, y yo es que es el puto Ned Flanders. Déjame la vocecita y todo, El hombrecillo vuelve al trabajo. Vale, seguimos por aquí. A ver si puedo entrar. Ahí estamos. Venga, hombre. Ahí está. Bueno, vamos a hablar con el hombre. Mira cómo me parece
Before you
Kingpin.
is a walrus
Uf,
of a
vaya
man
carita.
seated behind a large desk.
Yo me
He
cambiará
looks
mi
up
cara
from his
en algún
work,
momento del
not the
juego.
least bit surprised to see you.
Podré llegar a estar normal, por lo menos. Ya no bien, sino normal. Que me da un mal rollo, tío, la cara del nota. Joder, gordo como una bolsa.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Señor Dubois. Ahora me llamo Dubois.
I'm Evrart Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
Vaya voz de mierda tiene, para lo grande que es.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Joder, pero es que al otro sí la llama por su nombre. Entonces Dubois, ¿por qué no va a ser mío? Es que ni siquiera sé cómo me llamo todavía. Hostia, es que si la silla es una mierda no me voy a sentar, al carajo. Me va a tener ahí debajo del escritorio, ¿sabes? Asomando la frente.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals.
Como
Take a
igual le
seat.
dice el
I
cabrón,
insist.
¿sabes?
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level.
Que encima tiene cara de mierda, tío. Pues si por lo menos fuera, yo que sé, normalillo. Pero es que es repelente y feo el cabrón.
Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
¿En serio me voy a
You're
tener que
in charge of the
sentar
future,
para que hables
He's
conmigo?
got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Pues nada.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men.
Bueno, tampoco es para tanto, verás tú, la silla tampoco es... ¿Qué quieres que te pongan otro sillón como es?
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol citizens'
The chair is incredibly uncomfortable. Fortunately, your ass is made of iron, and the chair is made
Culo de
of wood.
acero, eh.
Iron beats wood. You manage not to shift around.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
¿Pero por qué me lo da? No entiendo por qué me lo da por la cara. Lo cogemos, lo cogemos. Vamos a preguntarle primero por
Yes, I
Garte.
know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Es que no entiendo muy bien por qué me lo da. Así por la cara. Lo cogemos sin decirle nada, ¿no? Es que tampoco me ha hecho nada malo, verás tú. ¿Por qué no le voy a dar las gracias? No lo entiendo muy bien. A ver, yo sé que es el nota que está puteando a todo el pueblo, pero... A mí directamente no me ha hecho nada. Venga, lo cogemos y a tomar por culo.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
Es que al final voy a tener que pasar por el aro, tío. Es que es mejor hacerla de primera a que vea que te obligue, tío.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking...
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost. And when he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all
Qué
right.
cabrón. Me está chantajeando por la cara, tío. Un 3%, de compostura.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Es que no puedo hacer otra cosa, tío. La silla te está matando. Es que no puedo hacer otra cosa.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr.
Tengo
Dubois?
pastillona de
He
sobra,
keeps
eh.
repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down.
Ha
Chill.
tomado otra de hecho. A tope de moral.
Mr. Dubois.
Qué
Mr.
pesado,
Dubois.
tío. Le estoy cogiendo.
Harry.
Estoy cogiendo un puto asco, Guillo. Joder, es que vaya las putas opciones que me pone, tío. Me está vendiendo.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some...
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Joder, es que me tiene totalmente vendido, ¿eh? Es que yo le quería preguntar por qué me llama Mr. Dubois, pero no me ha dado la opción después de repetirla. A lo mejor con esta me contesta.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
It is about time to stop
Ahí vamos al lío.
Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Sí, hombre, por favor. Esta se la tengo que lanzar.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
Entonces me llamo Harry. Mira, y sale ahí, ¿eh? Entonces es mi nombre de verdad.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I
Es que
mean,
no me has dado
see what
opción.
his
Solo había
game
una
is
opción.
first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat...
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Sí, es que tío. Mira, 72. No la jugamos.
Evrart's
No
large
me lo
hands
puedo
are covering the
creer,
folder,
tío.
But the look on his face
Este
says,
juego de mierda
"I
que
know
es, tío. Lo
everything
fallo
about you,
todo.
Harry.
Lo fallo con un 10%, con un 72%, con todo. Como no tenga un puto 90%, no acierta, tío. Joder.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume? Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into haha.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Es que no quiero hablar de este tema, en verdad. Puedo pasar a otro. Es que de todas estas preguntas me puede sacar algo malo.
Oh, Harry. You are the most regular, traditional, by-the-book law official imaginable. As do we all, Harry. We're all just trying to do our best, aren't we? I'm gonna help you do yours.
Vamos a preguntarle todo ya.
Harry Dubois.
Harry Dubois. Pues será, ¿no? Digo yo.
And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you? Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Ni de coña, vas a un padre maravilloso.
Family, Harry, is the most important thing in the world.
Ah, pues él sí tiene, ¿eh?
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me.
Vale, le preguntamos cositas del cadáver, ¿no?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but
Vamos.
you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Vale. Qué buena, tío. No me lo esperaba tan fácil, con este tío.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
No, totalmente, vamos.
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Eso es lo que voy a hacer. Hasta conseguirla. Cuando la consiga, le voy a usar para reventarlo.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
¿Vale?
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could...
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Le hacemos el favorcillo,
And I'm
¿no?
sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Está claro. Vamos allá, ¿no? Voy a preguntar primero de quién es.
No, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Pues estamos, ¿no?
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Mañana. He's down by the gates. Mañana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist.
Mañana.
A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry.
Bueno, llevo mi palanquilla y las tenazas estas.
Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me.
He sincerely
Yo
has
tampoco
no
sé lo que es lo de la
idea
bebida.
what you were talking about, and he doesn't care either.
Y del
My
container.
dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking.
Pues nada más, ¿no?
Maybe that's the
Wait.
Hemos conseguido
You need
cositas, ¿eh?
this to get in and out through the gate.
Vale.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Pues muy bien. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí entonces? Nuevo. A ver. El cheque. Para que no lo venda, a ver. Vale, tenemos eso. Tenemos esto. Que lo encontré antes, el libro. ¿vale? Y por aquí pues más misiones. La verdad que hemos conseguido cositas, ¿eh? Hemos progresado.